Creative Women Minicon, 5th annual, October 21st. You know it, it's on your calendar. We have a new guest, Felicia Ann, here to talk to us. You guys already have it on the calendar. You know the date. We have a ton of new ladies down here this year, bringing you all kinds of stuff. I'm really happy to introduce you to Felicia, because there are some really unique things that she's going to be bringing to this con, and some things that I have not seen in the 5 years that we've done.
Oh, cool.
So, well, we're not going to start with it, but this is what I'm talking about in particular. This thing is great, and we'll get back to it. But why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you do?
Okay. I'm an illustrator and designer and artist. I'm from Malaysia originally. I've been here for about 10 years.
Okay.
10 years now, yeah.
And you went to school?
I went to school in San Francisco.
In San Francisco for art?
Yes, for
Imagine
art,
that.
For illustration.
Imagine that.
Before that, I did neuroscience in England.
Really?
So it's quite a bit of a jump.
Okay. How did you get from, this is way off topic, but we're going to do it. How did you get from neuroscience to art?
You know, I get that question a lot, but I do find that science and art are both very similar.
Okay.
To be a good scientist and to be a good artist, you need to have the same skill sets.
Okay.
In a sense. You have to be very creative, and you have to be pretty observant on your world. So it's to me, it's not that crazy.
So then, what made you decide this isn't for me? I'm going to switch.
Simply working in a lab. I just can't work in a lab.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, you enjoyed it.
Other than that, I enjoyed it. Yeah. It was challenging for sure. Really hard.
Okay. And now we have this fantastic art. So you ended up going to San Francisco for art.
Yeah. And
you are now actively working with art on a daily basis.
Yes.
And you've got all these things that you produce and put out. So this one, I mean, guys, look at this. It is an actual lantern that hangs. There's support for it at the top. It could just sit on a shelf. But what's really neat is each one of the lanterns, and they come in varying sizes. There's smaller ones, and they'll be on display here all month, because the month of October is a gallery devoted just to the creative women. There's remotes in here that allow it to light up. And it can do anything from just a plain light to multiple lights to strobing.
Yeah, to strobing. Some mood lighting where it like dims and, you know.
That is, they look fantastic, guys. You're going to see them. They'll be hanging up over here. So where did you get the idea for this?
You know, I guess because I do digital art a lot. And a lot of times the process from like having something on screen and after printing, there's like a bit of a disconnect because screens are backlit. Okay. So there's a nice vibrancy I see when I'm working on a piece, and I lose it. Every time I print it. So I always have this. I have this love-hate struggle with printing in general. So anyway, I figured, you know, why not try and backlit it.
So is this a digital piece?
This is a digital piece. It's printed onto blueprint paper, which is thin enough and archival, so it won't fade.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's thin enough to have the light shine through.
So is that what this is too, or no? This is something.
No, that's completely different.
That's completely different because it's got a design on it, so it looks really nice. Yeah. So, how long have you done digital then? Because you also have physical pieces.
Yes,
as well.
I do. Yeah.
Because I have a personal love-hate relationship with digital because I understand how easy it is for you guys. Yeah. But there's no originals.
There's no originals.
And that as somebody who appreciates the art, you know. Yeah. Kind of lacks something there. But,
I understand.
But anyway, sorry, go on.
No, go ahead. Well, actually, on that, like, I do feel that having an original is changing now in these days and in this day and age, you know? Think about it, like, most of the time you don't own DVDs anymore. You don't own your music anymore. Everything's sort of like streaming. You don't own stuff very much anymore.
That is fair. So this
there's like
allows everybody to enjoy the same
It allows
piece.
everybody to enjoy it. It's more accessible. You know, I think digital art is very accessible.
Is that one of the reasons you went over into it? Or?
Not really.
Okay, so
it's one of the pros that I found out. But the reason I moved to digital from traditional is because I felt more free working digitally than I did traditional.
Okay, and why is that?
Paint supplies are expensive.
There is that. You have a lot more room in your house.
You need to have a dedicated area for it. Whereas with digital, you need just your tablet now, really.
That's very true.
You can travel and do it anytime. You can do it on BART, you can do it on the train, on the plane. It's just very freeing.
Okay.
Yeah, and on top of that, I find that because I went to school for art and I learned all these techniques
Mhm.
from teachers and things, I found myself very, very like bogged down. I started painting like everybody else in my class, like my instructor.
Yeah.
And so in order for me to get out of that, I found that digital helped me. Because I could experiment. If I didn't like it,
That's
I could
interesting.
just
You didn't lose
undo it.
anything. Yeah.
I didn't lose anything. I didn't, commit hundreds of dollars to art supplies to something that I didn't like.
All
It's
right.
just an exercise.
Those have been the most compelling arguments I've
Okay.
heard for digital so far. So that's very good. That is
Are you
cool.
a fan of digital art?
I do like digital because I like prints as well,
Okay.
and I understand that as a cost point, I can't buy every original that I
Right.
enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like them. There's just something special for me
Sure.
about seeing an
original.
original piece and like something like this. Let's show them now the piece here. This is an original,
This is.
and this is
Dun, dun,
on.
dun, this is actually a digital piece.
Oh my God! I thought it was an original. See, honestly, I guess it doesn't.
Reveal.
It doesn't matter. Then maybe my perception
That's how I
of
see
it
it.
is
If you can't
completely
tell,
different.
if you can't tell, then.
That is amazing. No, so what is this on then?
This is a digital print on canvas. It's embellished and then varnished with brushstrokes, so you kind of see brushstrokes on it.
Okay, see, so now that it's even more compelling of an argument that it's probably my perception of the medium as opposed to the actual medium.
There you go. Yeah.
So, all right, well, look at this, guys. This is absolutely fantastic. This is one of the pieces that will be on display in the shop through the month of October and available for sale. Do you also have prints and stuff that you sell
I
with
do.
this one?
Yes, I will have prints.
Okay. So what are you going to bring to the con? What will you have for people?
I will have prints, postcards, maybe stickers.
Okay.
Maybe a surprise. I don't know.
All right. You guys are going to have to wait.
Yeah.
So where do they usually find you? I know you do some like other cons and craft fairs and things like that. Where do you hit up most that people should look?
If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I do post whenever I do a con.
Okay.
And I do gallery shows in San Francisco and Oakland.
And where should they look on Facebook?
Felicia Ann Art on Facebook and
Okay.
Felicia on Instagram.
Spell that.
FELISHITA.
And that's on Instagram, guys. So
That's
follow
Instagram.
immediately.
Please follow me.
So do you have any events coming up between now and the 21st?
I do. I have. I'm showing at a gallery in San Francisco called 111 Luna.
Okay.
That's on Saturday. This coming Saturday.
This coming Saturday. That's
Which is
the reception?
tomorrow.
That's
That's the
tomorrow. So this is for everybody on Instagram,
Right.
not the video.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, the 30th in San Francisco. If you're in that area or if you're heading that way, check it out because it will be just you, or is it you and other people?
No, it's going to be me and 150 other artists. It's going to be a huge show.
Is there a theme?
There's no theme, but it's also going to be a fundraiser for Mexico.
Okay.
Earthquake, so it's for a good cause.
There we go.
Tons and tons of local designers and artists.
It's a good reason to go to the city, if no other reason. It's nice down there. So let's talk a little bit about what I want to get into is your inspiration and the themes for these.
Okay.
Because the first thing that jumped out at me when I saw the other two pieces was that it had kind of an earthy mineral type thing.
Yeah.
And which you confirmed.
Yes.
Where do you get the inspiration for this? What makes that something?
I guess it's all based on my interests. I like science a lot, and I follow a lot of like blogs and articles, about science. And geology is one of my favorites. I like minerals a lot. Nothing too new agey. I don't really think they heal people.
Okay, you're not
per se.
Yes.
But I'm just more fascinated that like this beautiful piece. To me, it's like earth art.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, like Earth made it for millions of years.
Because one of the other ones actually has like crystals growing all across their body, and that's another one of the lanterns. So then, as far as the inspiration is pretty obvious. There's also from the ones you brought here or the ones I've seen online. It's very much a space theme or a universe theme.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing? Just
pretty
something
much the
that
same thing.
interests you?
I'm very interested in astronomy.
Okay.
And, not astrology, astronomy.
All right. Okay. Again, no new agey stuff. Just pure science here.
It's a pet peeve of mine when I tell people I like astronomy and I go, "Oh, what star sign are you?" And I'm just like, no.
I don't know that that's so much a pet peeve as just a peeve.
A
Because
peeve,
just a plain peeve because it's a pretty significant difference between the two. But liking that kind of stuff and then having something like that where we've got a character involved in it, where does that come from?
That's hard for me to answer. I'm not sure where it comes from. I just know
Are
when
you
I
into
read.
mythology?
I am into mythology.
Okay. But
Very
sorry,
much so. No,
Go ahead.
I'm open to ideas. If you have an idea for how I
Where
came
you came
up with it.
I'm just speculating, but that was my first guess.
Okay.
Maybe since you're so into science,
Mhm.
the mythology aspect of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think for me, I just like personifying things. Like that's how I relate to things.
Okay.
A lot of times, you know, like I'm such a visual thinker that like reading an article is not really enough for me to be sparked.
Okay.
You know? I kind of when I'm reading these articles that I know I already like, so I force myself to read them.
Okay.
You know, and then I get all these interesting visuals in my head. And I want to hear them all. And so this
That's
is
how
where
it comes out.
That's where it comes out. And
That's awesome.
I also hope that people will see this piece and go, "What is this about?" And I tell them it's about dark matter. And they go home and Google dark matter, and they learn a little bit.
And they learn a little bit too. That is
that would
pretty
be cool.
awesome, actually. That is really. It's always interesting to me to find out where this stuff comes from because as somebody who's not an artist, it just blows my mind.
Oh.
That you guys are able to put this down and have it come out so perfectly, and yet. And you're, especially in this case, represent something that I might not have even seen until we saw the name.
Right.
So that's really cool. You guys are going to have to check it out. Make sure you follow her on Instagram. Check out the Facebook page. And, of course, October 21st, come on down. It's our 5th annual Creative Women Mini-Con. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a packed house. Come down, be supportive, buy something, enjoy the day. And thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. See you guys on the 21st.